this is a different issue than the original problem that Bayer had. BASF also has this, and really all of it comes, at least on Bayer's side, from the Monsanto purchase.
Yeah, that's right. It's pretty bad timing. Bayer's stock has really kind of performed pretty well in the last 6 months. Investors have been thinking that they're making a lot of progress on the Roundup front, and then this comes out of left field for a lot of investors. The fact is this litigation has been in the background for a while, and now it's just bubbling to the surface. It's the first verdict on the dicamba front. As you pointed out, there's 140 other cases already existing. One of the fears is that this could be one of those moments that incites a whole new flurry of lawsuits, just like happened with Roundup. But it's really early going, so time will tell.
What's the connection with BASF? Why does BASF also have a stake in this, Tim?
Yeah, so dicamba's been around actually longer than glyphosate. It's another herbicide. Both companies produce it. Both companies also produce seeds that are genetically resistant to it, which is really how the industry works these days. In this case, the farmer in Missouri, I believe he was using BASF dicamba actually, but had Bayer or Monsanto seeds. And the big legal problem with dicamba these days is this so-called drift, that you will put dicamba on your farm with crops that are resistant to it on your farm, but I'm next door and I have non-dicamba resistant plants, and your dicamba drifts onto my farm and kills my crops. It is different from the Roundup litigation, which has to do with the glyphosate causing people's cancer, allegedly.
So what kind of hit is Bayer looking at in this case? I mean, losing your peach orchard to me doesn't seem nearly as bad as dying.
Yes, pardon my laughter. That is absolutely true. The scale of, I mean, 265 million is nothing to sneeze at. But if you'll remember, one of the early Roundup trials had a $2 billion price at the start. Now that got slashed a lot, all three of them on the Roundup front. Judges have subsequently slashed significantly. So investors may be hoping now that history will repeat itself here with dicamba. So 265 million at the onset. It's also unclear how that would be divvied up between BASF and Bayer, and you would expect that to also be the case in the future.
Sorry, Tim, we are getting headlines now across from BASF. Thanks very much for joining us on that. I'll just tell you, Tim and our viewers, BASF is saying it's surprised by the jury's decision in the dicamba case, and BASF is going to use all legal remedies available. Of course, Tim is correct there in pointing out that these massive awards often get shrunk after the fact, and maybe that'll happen with this $265 million peach orchard award as well.